Mr. X here. Mr. X Reviews here with a new video. Sorry for the wait, you guys. I know you guys been asking for a new video. So, yeah, here we are. Uh, the Impala SS from 1996. No, from not 1996, but more from yeah, forget about that. Uh, what was I gonna talk about? Furious 9. Furious 9. That's coming. That's actually gonna come out, and it's gonna be pretty good. It's gonna be a good movie. I'm planning on watching it. Let me know if you guys think about watching it as well. Let me know in the comments. Um, it's gonna be a great movie. I can guarantee it. You got John Cena. You got Vin Diesel. You got John Cena, the guy who's playing Vin Diesel's brother. Because I never thought he had one until they said that he does have one, but I didn't know that he did have one in the beginning. But it should be a good film. You know, it's gonna be like almost, I want to say almost 3 hours long, probably 3 hours, 2 or 3 hours tops, or maybe more than that. I'm not really sure, but I saw a rumor that Need for Speed might be coming back soon. Not sure when. Oh, Forza Horizon 5. It's gonna take place in Mexico for all you people who play Forza on your Xboxes. If you have Xbox One Series X, Series S, whatever Microsoft has, Microsoft and Turn 10 Studios are working on the next Forza Horizon as we speak. It's going to take place in Mexico. Wasn't really expecting that. It's going to come out at some point this year. I'm not sure when, but this is just a little Forza, just a little video game news that I was listening about. Forza Horizon 4. Well, Forza Horizon 4 is, I guess you can say, is the hottest racing game out right now because almost a million people, almost more than a million people are playing that, including myself. I've been playing Forza Horizon 4 since the day it came out. So I've been playing it since 2018 of, I don't know when the month or date it came out, but I just remember it came out in 2018 and people are still playing it because it's a good game. I just felt like it could use more structure. If Forza Horizon 5 could have a deal with Tesla and add more Pontiacs, like a Pontiac Grand Am or something like that. But I don't see that. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. If any more car brands or car manufacturers will do it, like you already know, Chevrolet is going to be part of the game. And my question about what is it, Electronic Arts? Will they make a new Def Jam? No, they won't because that was a one-time thing. One-time thing with that. There's no way that they're going to make a new Def Jam like Pfeiffer, Los Angeles, or Def Jam Icon Part 2 or anything like that. I mean, they did Fight for New York. Why don't they just call it Def Jam Fight for Detroit? That would be pretty cool. Fight for Detroit. Or, yeah, that'll be a good one. That'll be a good one. For 2020, Electronic Arts, if you're listening to this, Def Jam Fight for Detroit would be a great pick for you guys on Electronic Arts big, because when all the Def Jam games went by, like Vendetta, Fight for New York, Icon, which is I never knew that they made. I never knew they made Def Jam Icon because I never played the game. I'm not gonna say I never played it, but I think I seen my father play it when I was a kid, but I don't remember playing it myself. I wanted to, but I just never had the time to play that. I played Vendetta. I played Fight for New York. I never played Icon. That's the only one I never touched. The only one I never touched was Icon. But I have played for Fight for New York. I have played for Vendetta. Vendetta was actually pretty fun. Half of it was fun and half of it was kind of boring. But Fight for New York, you have more. You have more to fight for. A whole lot more. It's a good game. I mean, sure, yeah, it came out in 2004. But my concern is y'all didn't have my favorite artist, my favorite rappers in there. Y'all didn't have Drake up in Fight for New York. Y'all didn't have Chris Brown in Fight for New York. Y'all just have all y'all had was Sean Paul and a few other people that I did not really enjoy. All y'all had was Method Man, some guy named Sticky Fingers, whoever that's supposed to be. Uh, where's the good people? Come on, Electronic Arts. If y'all gonna make a fighting game, a street fighting game that you can add, that they can add celebrities, at least add the people that other people want to see in the game. Like, oh, Drake is in here. They want to make that reaction. You're like, oh wait, Drake's in here. I didn't even know that. Yeah, they want to hear that. They don't want to see they don't want to see people that they don't even care about, like myself. Like for instance, Little Kim is in there. Carmen Electra. Somebody else. I mean, come on, come on. Why put those people in there instead of putting? Well, okay, yeah, sure. You guys can put y'all did a good job of putting the people in there, but in Vendetta, if you play Vendetta, you got DMX, uh, and on the other one you got Snoop Dogg, aka Crow. You got Fat Joe, aka Crack. You got a guy named Bo. You got a guy named uh uh whatever his name is. I mean, you get all these people with all these strange names that some people cannot pronounce. But in the story mode, you can actually choose your own character instead of making one. For once, for instance, on the career mode, you can make a guy named Briggs, which is one of my favorite. He's like his backstory is like this. He's like in the military. He's got military clothes on. He's got like two dog tags on his neck, like he's all this and that. Um, you ask me, do I like the story mode? Sure, yeah, of course. I like to earn some money and respect in the game. Yeah. Do I like the battle mode? Not pretty much because there's like not that many characters, and the fight don't even last that long. It only lasts as long as the opponent's alive until he's down. If the opponent's dead, that means the fight's over. It's not so much fun. You gotta pick another fight. I mean, come on, man. I mean, what, what, what? Come on. But Need for Speed, Need for Speed holds so much in my heart because I love Need for Speed. Don't get me wrong. I am a Need for Speed fan. I'm a fan of Need for Speed video games. Like Need for Speed Underground, Need for Speed Pro Street, Need for Speed Most Wanted, 2005, 2012. I hope they make Need for Speed 2021, and it better have more graphics, better cars, and it better be like it better be not like 2005. I want a futuristic Need for Speed game that I can review and talk about because people want to see that and people want to hear about it and people might want to try it. For instance, tell me if y'all ever heard of this game. This game is from Need for Speed himself by Electronic Arts. It's called Need for Speed Rivals. I never no Need for Speed. Well, actually, I have actually all Need for Speed Rivals. Side note: I actually have played it, and it was trash. That's not what I was talking about. What I was talking about was Need for Speed Underground Rivals for the PSP. I don't know. Have y'all heard of that? That's just a little throwback that I had when I was a kid. But if y'all heard of that, or played it, or even owned it, drop a comment in the comment box and let me know if y'all heard of it, played it, or even tried it. Myself, I never played it, but the only games I have played was Need for Speed Underground, Underground 2, Underground 3, Underground 1, Most Wanted, Pro Street, No Limits. Need for Speed No Limits was the only game that they didn't have for consoles. They only get it. You say, oh, you can only get it for your Android and iOS. Come on, man. Need for Speed, are you serious? Are y'all serious over there, Need for Speed? Y'all only got one game for the for mobile devices instead of consoles. But that doesn't really change the fact that how much I care for your video games, Need for Speed. I have a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun playing Forza and Forza Motorsports. I played a lot of Motorsports. Motorsports 2 was the only one I played actually. When I found the game. I never lost it. I actually found it, but I broke the game. I broke the game. I snapped it in two. I don't know what I was thinking. I decided to do it, but it's done. What's done is done. Is over with. Next topic. Uh, let's see. Let me think. Uh, who who in this group chat has who in this not group chat, but who in the chat has Apple products? And do y'all like Apple products or do y'all like Android? Android's trash, you guys. I know most of you guys have Androids, and some always like I want to say 25% of y'all have Androids, and another 25% of y'all have Apple. Me, on the other hand, I'm one of those Apple people. If y'all watch my iPhone review, it's pretty darn good. It has good stats. It has good speed. It's pretty fast. You know, if I transfer my YouTube channel from my tablet to my phone, you guys will get a much crisper look of what I'm reviewing or whatever. But other than that, but back to the Impala, what I was going to talk about first. The Impala started in 1958 and died in 1996. But I was so hyped that, well, a relative of mine showed me a photo and showed me the 2021 redesigned Impala SS. It used to look like it's based off the platform from the 96 model. It's probably going to have 400 plus horsepower, LS2 engine. Or no, it's probably going to have more than one option. It's probably going to have more than one trim level, and the base price is probably going to cost less than 30 G's for that thing. But I don't think that's going to come. I don't know if that's going to happen. That's just a photo op. That's just that's probably not real. I'm not saying that it's going to be coming out, which is it probably won't. But if it is, General Motors better get to work on the revival on the new Impala, because that one, when they brought it back in 2014, that was the death of it. That was the death of it. They stopped production on that. There's no way they're gonna bring that back. There's no way. There's no way on God's earth that General Motors and that giant-sized automobile plant If they're gonna bring that back, they're not gonna bring back the LeSabre. They're not gonna bring back none of that. That was the only. That was a one-time thing. That was a one-time thing. There was no way they were gonna bring that back. There's no crawling to the building, going to the director, tell the director to say, "Oh, may you please bring back the Impala, please." And he's like, "No, no, we cannot. We can't do that for you." And you ask him, and you say, "Why? Why can't y'all bring it back?" And they said, and you say, "Because it was an icon. It was the king of the road. It had great style. It had great structure. It had great shocks. It had a good engine. It had a 6.2-liter V8 with 348 horsepower, 0 to 60 in less than 5 seconds, with a top speed over 130 miles an hour and almost 120 miles sitting on the clock. With all these, you guys had all those. You guys had all those options when y'all made that 96 Impala for the 1997 model year. And then after that, that was it. That was it. That was it. There is no more Impala. There is no more Impala SS. There is no more 96 Impala. There is no more box Chevys and none of that. That stuff is dead. That was only in the 90s, in early in the rolling 2000s. My time period. Mr. X's time period. But Mr. X was at the beginning of the 2000s when they had like spinners and good rap music and nostalgia and nostalgic songs from people like Plies and Paul Wall, the famous rapper Paul Wall. If y'all know who Paul Wall is, man, I don't know y'all. If y'all know who that is, if y'all don't know who Paul Wall is, I'm gonna have to explain. Actually, I won't explain. I'm gonna let y'all figure it out yourself. If y'all don't know who that is, people like DMX, man. People like DMX. People like DMX was like, that was the hype. That was the hype, man. That was a really, really good time period. You had good Need for Speed games. Need for Speed was on the top of its peak. You know, and you had good movies like Mr. Goodburger, Keenan and Kale, all that. Dude, those were movies. Those were classic shows, you guys. Y'all, come on, man. Keep up. Keep up. There's a lot of shows from the 90s that I know you guys remember. Rugrats, Hey Arnold, Rocket Power, so on. You know, Cat Dog, you know, Dexter's Laboratory and stuff like that, you know. And I broke my first, well, it wasn't my first, but I broke my, yeah, I guess it was my first, but I split. You see, what happened was me and my brother were arguing over, me and my brother were arguing over a video game, you know, over one game. I mean, come on. It's just a game. You see, what happened was it started off, you know, he wanted to play it and I wanted to play it. And then the next year, this took place at my grandma's house. I think it was around 2007 or 2008 of wintertime. But what happened was it was a really crisp, cold day. It was at my grandmother's house. I guess we was getting food ready for dinner that day, and we got to bring our own stuff down. We could have bring our own tablets. Well, I didn't have a tablet at the time. I might have had a I might have had this thing. This was my first tablet, y'all. This was my very first tablet. This was started it all. Well, I didn't start my YouTube channel on this thing, but if I did, I would have been a star now. I would have had more subscribers back then on this thing more than I did on here on that thing right there that y'all looking at me on this camera. But this right here, this little thing right here, I had a lot of fun with it. You know, I had a lot of fun with it. This thing is broke now. This thing is small. This thing is so small. I was planning on keeping it. It was in my mom's room. It was in my mom's room. I took it out of my mom's room back in Clio, and I kept it for myself as a memory, as a reminder how good life was. This thing is a time capsule. It is a time capsule, y'all. And y'all might think this is funny. Y'all might think this is funny or kind of stupid or whatever, but I'm gonna do it anyway. When I was younger, I used to learn off of this thing. This was my first handheld console. It was really stupid. It was horrible. Yeah, it had some dumb games on it. There's some pretty dumb games. I really feel like I want to smash it though. Not like that, y'all. Don't get it twisted, man. And this right here, this little thing was my first phone. My actual first phone that my parents gave me was my first Android. And it has the world's smallest camera. World's smallest. Let me look at it. Right there. That little thing right there, that's the world's smallest camera. It probably won't work. No, it won't work. It doesn't work anymore. See, I had some entertainment back then. I had some entertainment back then. I used to get in a lot of trouble back then when I was a child. I used to get in a lot of trouble. I used to get caught. I used to write on the walls. I used to, what else did I do? I drank out the toilet one time, but that was, yeah, I know, it's disgusting, but I did it. Yeah, I did that. I can't believe I did that. That was so stupid. I was at the time where I just did what I wanted to do. But now that I'm 20 years old, I can sit here and tell stories about my life with you guys because you guys will probably understand where I came from. Um, yeah, it was good. It was a good time. But school, if you school was for me. School was, I guess, it was okay. I guess at one point school can be like, back then school was okay. Okay, school was pretty good, y'all. School was pretty good. It was all right. It was decent. It wasn't too bad. Well, not until 2013. Not until I turned 13 in 2013. That's when things started to get a little rough. First day of school comes, a little bit nervous. People I never met before. People I didn't really like to meet because them people I met back then. And if I talk them out, they have really changed up on me. They like switched on me. It's like, oh, who are you? I don't know you, man. I'm like, dude, we went to school together, bro. Y'all can not forget about that. I always have to explain somebody to to refresh their memory. That's so stupid. I shouldn't have to do that to somebody. If I met them 10 years ago, if I met them people 10 years ago, which I probably have around back in 2011. If I met them back in 2011, which is 10 years ago, the life of One Direction was still popping 10 years ago, and now that those guys are gone and dead. Well, not really dead, but their music is dead. But other than that, back to the main story. If I met those people, yeah, I had some pretty stupid teachers. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Some of them teachers are actually disrespectful. They mad disrespectful. Do I want to go back? No, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back. I never will want to go back. That's a fact. If I ever want to go back, look. I'd rather win the lottery instead of going back to the school that I went to. People used to treat me so dirty, man. They treated me so dirty, y'all. They treated me so dirty, y'all. Y'all gotta understand this, man. I know y'all probably like right now. Y'all probably be like sleeping, but by the time this is up, and ready to be watched, I'll already be ready to make a phone call soon as this is done. Soon as I'm done here. But yo, this is the longest video I ever made. 25 minutes in. This is the longest video I've ever made. But yeah, life was good for me, man. Like life was good for y'all, good for me, y'all. Life was great, but um, it was good. I did some things. People go through that phase when they grow up in life, they want to do something stupid and think they're cool. I actually did that. I actually did. I actually did that, and I thought it was pretty cool. And then 10 years ago, I should have done a better way of that. I should have went a different route, but I didn't go that way. I didn't go down like that. I met some people that I thought was cool. I met some people that I thought was pretty not uncool. It was not cool. Uh, Time I was living in Flint, man. I was living in Flint, y'all. I just moved back in Flint. I just moved back right back into the city. City's all right. It's not that bad, but I didn't got used to it. I didn't got used to this neighborhood as much as I should get used to it. But when I first got down here, I'm like, oh, you know what? I told my mom, I was like, you know what? I was going to be scared. I was going to be nervous. I shouldn't have to be nervous by moving into a dead person's house. Yes, I'm living in a dead man's house. But that dead person was my uncle. Rest in peace to my uncle. But yeah, y'all. I'm gonna wrap this up. Peace.